Yes.
But they're not going to read all of the ordinance language. They could.
Agree.
It's available to them. And I would say, as a good citizen, they should. However, maybe not.
Yeah.
So if we, the intent or the ballot language in the prior iteration was not consistent with the ordinance. And so I'm okay with keeping the ballot language and changing the ordinance. Or some form to get to the result where the parcels are treated equally.
Okay.
That would be my
And how many
desire.
non-residential parcels are we talking about? Do we know?
It's, I don't think it's even three figures. I want to say it's 90-ish.
Okay.
And what's interesting on that is because it's the language or fraction thereof. So if, let's say, their parcel is 0.10 acres, they would pay 0.10 of the 303.72 this year. So,
So if they don't even
there's
have an
there's some
acre,
puts and takes.
yes, there's gives and takes.
I think per parcel is cleaner.
Yeah, just make it
I
per
just think it's
parcel, and then
cleaner.
everyone's on the same footing.
So that will be an increase for a number of let's say the downtown businesses would see a modest increase. But outside of that, where there are larger assemblies of parcels, then and so the acres would add up, they would see a significant decrease. So
What was that, Mala?
so she was making the point that then it's not a proportional benefit.
It's not a proportional benefit. It's a flat rate, just like it is for all the residential parcels. That's the idea.
Yeah.
Maybe the key point is the residential parcels are typically more uniform in size.
True. I'm actually trying to look up our ordinance on our website, and I can't find it.
Can we think on this one? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to make a decision
Okay.
tonight, and Dennis and I can work on, are there
Okay.
any other options or anything, a hybrid that we could, I don't know. We
Okay.
could look at something.
Yeah, and it would be nice, I mean, I hate to give you more work, Dennis, but I would like to know how many non-residential, how they would be affected versus what they're already currently paying. That's the part that,
Right.
if this is what they're already paying, why are we changing it? Do you see what I mean? They've been doing it for 10 years. What is the problem now? That's what I'm wrangling with. They've been doing it for 10 years.
If there's a history of inequity, it's never wrong to revisit and say it should be more equitable.
I don't disagree.
opportunity.
I
that's
don't
why.
disagree, but I don't see anybody complaining about it, and I'm trying to understand why we would do that now. Again, and I'm going to go back to leaving money on the table. They're commercial properties and there are residents. They're not equal. I don't think that they should be equal. They're different entities. I could see if you were saying, well, that
why
guy up
would
there
they
on the
pay
big hill
more?
has a larger house, he should pay more. We're not doing that. They're different entities, different structures.
But why would they pay more?
So
Do they get more of a benefit for
if
being
they
a
are
business?
Sure, if they are, I'm going to use the trails for example. If they have more of a footprint towards the trails, then yes, they should pay for more of that maintenance for those to be maintained.
They pay for their own property. This is no.
I'm not talking about their property. We're talking about the LMD, right? Isn't that what this is for?
LMD.
Right. So you've got all of the city fronting spaces and you have all of the trails that have to be maintained. If those properties that happen to be commercial properties are fronting more of that or the trails, they should pay more.
Why?
Why wouldn't they?
Because they have no greater use of it.
But they've got people who could be coming through those areas. Maintain them more. We're maintaining them for them. but they have more of a footprint there. Why wouldn't they?
That has been my argument. I agree with you. If I'm coming down Clayton Road to go to the golf course to play golf, and that's all I pass is weeds and rocks to get there, I take a bad look at that town. But if it's nicely kept,
Right,
it's a compliment to the golf course.
right. Those commercial properties are drawing people to the town.
That's right. They're drawing.
That's
people.
my argument for it.
Well, and they're paying taxes for that, and,
Sure.
yeah. Okay, I'm going to sleep on it. Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
I'm getting tired.
So
Yeah.
we can move through the options, length of extension, 10 years again, same as prior extensions.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think people like the 10 years.
what's that?
I think people like the 10 years.
Yeah. We'll skip the base because we need to do some more work on that. Oversight right now is the TLC. Maintaining the TLC, the next question is the number of members in the TLC, if there's any adjustment or amendment there, or any change you want to make to that body.
5.
Yeah, I don't know, where did 11 ever come from?
Just as they expire.
5.
Well, this would take effect after it goes in the collection, because it'll match the ordinance, will be the timeline and the cadence of
Was it
resetting.
at July 1st, 2027? Because I think it sunsets June 30th.
Then it would be
Yeah.
July 1st. Yep.
Yeah.
Consensus on 5?
It doesn't matter to me. It's been 11. Well, I would like to know the rationale for making it 5.
Hard to get a
I
quorum.
think it's just hard to get a quorum, hard to get, yeah.
It hasn't been hard to get a quorum, only a couple times. All the other
Okay,
times we've had a
They only
meeting.
meet a couple times a year.
Correct. Well, they meet more now. But there was only last summer when we couldn't get a quorum. I think there were 2 times when we couldn't, maybe 2.
Our Financial Sustainability Committee is set at 5. I don't see the reason for 11 people.
I think the larger group makes it more unwieldy.
Yeah.
I think
So.
5 is a good number.
I don't think you're supposed to have an opinion, sir. Uh-huh.
One is too few. You need an odd number. 3, you could run into issues. 5 is the next lowest. It should be the lowest number. So that'd be my take.
Maybe an alternate or two, too, that can make the meeting.
I don't know if you could do that.
I don't know if it's
I don't
necessary.
know if that. I don't
I
know
would
if
like
that's
to
allowed.
sleep on that
either.
one too, please, and think, because what I want to do is go dig in the history to figure out why they had 11.
Yeah, 11.
I want to know.
I think it's because they had, when they formed that landscape trail, that was going to be big, and they wanted more people.
Oh, possibly.
When this first formed, it was called the Community Service Commission. I think I've told you. I was one of the original members. There was 5 of us. But that's before the landscape, so we had other things to do. But landscape came, I think they thought that was it is big. They figured they needed more.
You still currently in your municipal ordinance have a community services commission that
Awesome.
is not in existence. So there could be a reworking of TLC in this commission. But again, that's policy decision that we can bring back and have a discussion.
That'd be great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
More is less. Now, let's meet.
More is less.
Confused in all this now.
Yeah, and
11, yes.
the last piece on this, we were just trying to suss out with you about whether you want to keep the description of the district the same. Is there anything you want to add, subtract, multiply, or divide in this?
Excuse me.
Just, or keep it the same?
I have no changes unless you have recommendations.
I would keep it as is. As is. As long, it doesn't, that's it. It doesn't say how often that work will be done. That's
No.
all determined by the amount of
Yeah.
funding that's there.
This
Okay.
is the purpose of the
Okay.
district,
Yep.
basically. Okay.
Looks good.
And then next steps, going through that calendar, I'm not going to read that to you. It's in your packet. Kind of the timeline of what we're doing leading up to November 3rd, and we will bring back some of these items as you have requested. So I'll turn it over to you for any questions or a public comment. I'm turning
you're
it back
stealing
over
my
for
thunder.
you. It's late. I'm trying to be of assistance.
Okay. Public comment,
Oh, yeah.
please.
Thank you for going into detail over all that. I didn't know what the LMD was prior to tonight. Trying to find out online, there's a lot of words that go around, and I wasn't quite sure.
You've been paying for it for 5 years.
Yeah, I have.
$303.
Just
Unless you own a
some,
business.
some ideas I've had based off of your dialogue tonight. I do agree that commercial properties are different than residential properties. Because they are not supplying a place for people to live who would then use the trails, maybe they should, for that reason, pay slightly more based off their size. And because I think a lot of the businesses in downtown Clayton are smaller, it's actually rewarding them for being local small businesses by having them pay less since they're paying by acre. I would like to see, as a resident of Clayton, a breakdown of all of the commercial properties so that I can more easily make that decision. This is just going off of my intuition and walking around the neighborhood, but I would like to see that data. So if that could be provided to the members of Clayton, that would be greatly appreciated. I guess that's all I have about this specific issue right now. I have other issues, but
You have
I don't wanna
your
go
whole
into them.
time. You can talk about whatever you want.
Well, thank you. Okay. Well, if that's the case, there was a lot of discussion tonight about one-time uses of specific funds. I think it would be interesting as a resident to see possibly a list of revenue-generating sources for those one-time uses. So I'm thinking of the baseball field. Adding a baseball diamond to the fields could possibly be a revenue-generating source. And I'm just curious if there was a way for the public to be involved in coming up with ideas for new revenue-creating sources to use those funds instead of just using them on something that, I don't know, that's a one-time use and maybe it doesn't draw in more people to the neighborhood to spend money, or more options for people to like reserve picnic tables, or do we have tennis courts that we can add, or a soccer field where people could reserve it and spend money and it could be a long-term revenue generator. Okay, I think that's all I have. Thank you so much, Council.
Thank you. I would just say property tax rolls and the assessments of each therein is public information, so we should be able to get a table that shows very clearly.
Yeah, I think that's along the
seen it
lines of what I was
before.
asking for, yeah.
Okay, so no other public comment. Closing public comment on item 8E. Thank you. Is it 8E? Yeah, okay, perfect. All right, so does staff have sufficient direction? And is our expectation that we are coming back with this at our next meeting to talk again? Or when is the next time we will talk again?
Future meeting, we need to look at the schedule of what we have.
Okay,
I thought
because
you
I'm
just
looking.
had a May 19th
I'm looking
deadline.
I'm looking at the calendar. It says May 19
May
finalized
19th.
ballot language, and there's only one meeting between
Right.
now and then. So are we coming back with this at? I'll re-ask the question.
We have
Are we
to.
coming back with this at our next meeting?
You have to?
You said that May 19th, the ballot language is due.
No. No.
That's
that
when
not
we
what
would,
that
that's when we
It's
would
not due to the
finalize
county
the
until
language.
August.
Yeah. No, it's not due until August.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yes, we have,
August 7th.
yes, we have time.
okay. I misread.
Well, that's confusing.
I
So
think the intent of the schedule was to bring back, based on your direction, something more
Thank
finalized
you.
than what we had today. Today was to talk about it.
okay.
Now
so
take
we will
all
talk
that.
about this again on May 19th. I'm just going by your calendar.
We can do that.
All right. So we will not talk about this on May the 5th.
Sure, we'll have other things to talk about.
Sure. All right. Cool. So that is the last item on the regular agenda, and I will adjourn and turn back over to our GAD chair to continue the item that we did not talk about the GAD at the beginning of the day, he probably needs a moment to switch over
Yes.
to do the recording correctly. Peace out.